Hello, all you wonderful people. I'm Lisa with Living Life with Lisa, and usually on this channel we talk about living life to the fullest with chronic illness. And I personally have diagnosed with all kinds of stuff: MTHFR and early onset dementia and thyroid problems and lots of back stuff. But anyway, today's going to be kind of more of a catch up and a story day, because you know, regardless, I believe that that our loved ones can visit sometimes, and I think I got a visit last night from my granny and pawpaw, because when I woke up I had such a sense of calmness about me, and I was thinking about them and all the things that we did when I was little and that kind of stuff. And my granny and pawpaw lived in a house that had no running water. It had electricity, I think. I really don't remember. I think it had electricity. I don't remember if it did or not, to tell you the truth. But and they had a well that they would go down, and my papa would go down there and get a couple of buckets of water every day, or a couple times a day, and bring them back to the house. And we would, all my cousins and everybody would go over there, and we would spend the night, and we would Granny had put us in this room where there's a big bed, and I was probably, the time I remember, the most vivid memory I have of it, I was about 5 years old. My cousin Randy was 15, because they're 10 years apart, and he had to sleep on the couch in the living room. And but we had, let's see, had me, we had Lucretia and Robbie, and we had, I think, Deanna and Donna, and then we tried to get me, Ronnie, Darlene, Deanna, Donna, and was it just our two families that was there? Because I don't remember. I have 15 cousins on that side. I don't remember anybody else being there that particular time. Oh, Lucretia and Robbie. So there were 7 of us in this bed, and we were all no bigger than a minute anyway. And so this bed, we had so much fun, and I woke up thinking about that and singing this song, Grandma's Feather Bed, you know, 6 feet, or 9 feet tall and 6 feet wide, softer than a downy chick, made from the feathers of 40-11 geese, took a whole bolt for the tick, that hold 8 kids and 8 kids and 4 hound dogs, and the piggy we stole from the shed. But we had a lot of fun. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. And I'm losing my voice today, so I'm not I can't sing it very well, but that song reminds me so much of that time. And you know, and it was true, or it seemed like we played all night. They had a potbelly stove in the middle of the living room, and this bedroom was just off of the living room. The kitchen, there was an upstairs, so I don't know where my granny, I really don't know where my granny and papa's bedroom was. I think it must have been, I don't know, I really don't know. It's funny when you think back. And then what happened was they owned a lot of property, and they had a church on the property, and the church burned down. So a few years later, they had it rebuilt into a house, and they moved it in. That one had inside plumbing and did have electricity, for sure. And the toilet messed up, and they didn't bother fixing it because they never had a toilet before anyway. They didn't figure they needed one now. So we never got to. And so you know, and then I was thinking about the time that I mean, I was little, no, you know, and there was these tall weeds we had to go through, and my dad and my papa were taking me out to the barn, and needed to feed and milk the cows. So my dad picked me up because they didn't know what was in the weeds, because there's poisonous snakes and everything. This is all down in Arkansas, by the way. Poisonous snakes and things, and so they carried me so that I wouldn't have to walk through those weeds and maybe get bit. So we did everything, and Papa, I think I was about 3. It's like one of my first memories, and he was sitting on a stool milking his cow, putting it in an old tin bucket, and he wanted me to try. And so I sat on his lap, and I'm trying to milk this cow, and there's nothing coming out at all. And I'm trying. Finally, I get a big old long squirt of milk come out, and instead of it going in the bucket, all of it went all over my papa's pants, and he was soaking wet afterwards. And I just thought that was a hoot, you know, being about 3 years old and just having him covered in milk. And so he wasn't very happy about it. but that was my first experience milking a cow, about 3. And so I just been thinking a lot about my grandpapa today for some reason, and it's nice. I like that, and I'm going to pause because I'm getting dinner at Taco Bell, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell you in a minute, about 2 o'clock in the morning, if I remember. So anyway, last night I could not fall asleep, and I was watching YouTube on my phone. And so I think if you listen real close to my door, you can hear it. And so I got up, and so my youngest knocked on the door, and he said, "Can I have some sleeping medicine? I can't sleep." And I've got these little, seven makes you sleep. I can't think of the word. Mellow something. Anyway, and so I gave him some, and then at 2, I sent him back to bed, and then Randy had a friend spend the night, and they went out and slept in the fort. And so all the lights had been shut off, and I thought, that never happens. And so I thought maybe they came in, because I'd left lights on in case they decided to come in during the night. And so I opened up Randy's door, and somebody said, "Who is it?" And it was Aiden sleeping in. I said, "It's Mom." I said, what's going on?" And he said, "Oh, I couldn't sleep, so I'm sleeping in Randy's bed, and I couldn't sleep downstairs." And I said, "Oh, I was just checking to see if they came back in." And he said, "Can I have some sleeping medicine? I can't sleep." So I said, "Yeah, follow me." And so he came in, and I gave him some. And then I need some more, because I wasn't, so I took some because I wasn't sleeping. And finally, we all got to sleep, and we've been all pretty much worthless today. But I don't know what was going on last night. I don't know if it was full moon or what, but we all could have had a party at 2 a.m. because there wasn't a soul asleep at 2 a.m. And that's really unusual. Not have anybody sleeping. And so, everybody's kind of dragging the day. This is Sunday after Thanksgiving, and my dad did not come to Thanksgiving. There was a mixture of reasons. He was kind of worried, and he was kind of on the edge anyway about coming. So, anyway, where was I? Oh, he can't be around any germs at all, and he was worried about the dogs or cat or anything jumping on him and scratching him, because he can't even shave, because if he gets an open cut, then that's just like you know, exposing his body to everything. And so we had it figured out we were going to put the animals up. And so then my oldest said, he said, I'm really kind of not wanting him to come, because if he gets sick, then I'll feel guilty, because I don't know what germs I got from school. And I said, I know. I said, I know what he's thinking. I think he's thinking this, if this is his last Thanksgiving, then he wanted to be here. And Aiden said, well, you know, if he comes and gets sick, then it might be the last one. And I said, well, good point. And so it had started snowing a little bit, and the night before Thanksgiving. And so I called my dad and I said, I'm just calling to tell you that it snowed a little bit tonight. And he said, what's it supposed to be? And I said, I don't know. I asked the Siri on my phone, and it just said not good for Plymouth. It's supposed to be cold, 28 or 26. And he said, well, he said, I'm not supposed to get, if I get, they said to immediately call in if I get a temperature of 100.5. And I've been sneezing and sneezing today. My nose has been running, and we can't find a thermometer that works. And so his friend was out looking for a thermometer, and so he wasn't sure. So he said, well, let's just say no. And he really appreciated what Aiden said. He thought that was very sweet. He said, well, tell him that I'm not feeling well and not going to get out, and that will take the pressure off him. And you told me it snowed, so that takes the pressure off of me. And I said, okay then. And so I thought, he wanted to see us because it's been so long, but you know, it's the same situation if we go to his house. If you know, those kids are in school all day, and you know, we're going to bring it in his house, because I offered to take Thanksgiving down there, and he said, well, that's not going to make any difference, because it's still the same germs. And that's true. So he thought maybe a nice weekend later on or something. But I hope Christmas time we can get together. I don't know, but I know he's bored, and I know he's lonely. He doesn't know how to FaceTime, or we would FaceTime you. But I showed him how, but he didn't remember. And so we just call back and forth a lot. So anyway, that's kind of a catch up. It's kind of a story time. It's kind of a little bit of everything, and not anything in particular. We had a rough couple of days with one, and he finally straightened up last night and apologized. And you know, and I just think you know, I see on Facebook, in some of the groups I'm in, some of the caregivers, they whine and moan and carry on about the person with dementia giving them a hard time. And I was thinking, when I had this teenager, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know which would be worse, frankly. I have 3 teenagers, but at least they take turns having their little, whatever you want to call it, hormone breakdown. I mean, I was ready to set him out on the porch, lock the door. So, got eyes. I don't know, but I just thought alive. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine doing this all the time. For years. I will be doing it for years, but at least they take turns. Got two at a time that I can get along with. So it's like, they just take turns. They tag each other. It's your turn. It's your turn. So, anyway, that pretty much sums up the weekend. And I am thinking I forgot to do something today. No, I don't know. Oh, I did go see Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't remember I told you. Loved the movie. Oh my gosh. Loved it. I see it on the big screen though. It was incredible. And I think I told you. And so, I'm going to go home. We're going to... Oh, last night I was finished telling you. And so when Aiden was following me to my room to get the medicine, he said, tomorrow, can we get tacos? All he thinks about is food. Oh my gosh, he just tickles me to death. And I said, sure. And so today when he was kind of up, he said, what time you gonna go to Taco Bell? So I said later. And so we got our Taco Bell, but he's been craving it for a while. But I think we've had enough turkey. We had turkey every day, about every meal, in every way, shape, and form, and ate all the pies, and it's just, ooh, one thing after another. So, looks like my salesman's home, and luckily I did buy food for his friend, because I wasn't sure if his friend's going to be here or not. So, you all live life to the fullest, live life with no regrets, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.